While there are many things to be discerned from Hoepker's image, let's start with the basics. The first thing I read in this photo was the smoke or potentially fire coming from the city in the background. In the foreground, there is a group of what seems to be friends blissfully unaware or uncaring and enjoying a sunny day. The foliage and water in the foreground is also in contrast with the industrial background. For me, these things could be deciphered in one of two ways. First, I could see it as a commentary on the economical disaster our young generation currently faces. I see this because there is the wreckage of the city in the background of the main focus of the picture, which is young people simply enjoying their lives. Second, I could see it as a commentary on the ways in which humans are destroying the earth, in a lot of ways without a care. Both of these interpretations draw from the destruction that is offset by a seemingly normal environment and interaction. Upon reading the background story of this 9/11 photo, I feel like this image serves as a counter to Plato's concern that images are meant to trick people into believing that lies are the truth. While my guess was not entirely accurate, it drew on some of the larger ideas at play in later conversations about the photo. One of the subjects of the picture says that it was an inaccurate and misrepresentative portrayal of the emotions of the group who he says were in shock. That's not what is important, however, as is discussed later in the Guardian article about the photo. Jones says that today it, quote, captures something that is true of all historical moments. Life does not stop dead because a battle or an act of terror is happening, quote. This theme aligns with my assumptions about the photo. Overwhelmingly, it shows that despite the disasters happening in the background, we as humans are still going on about our lives. Therefore, the image did not lead me to believe some larger meaningful lie. I simply was unable to pinpoint the exact subject of the photo, but the message still remained. The subjects of this photo may argue that it is dishonest, and perhaps it is if you are solely focusing on them. However, they are not the only subject of this image. To me, this points to the importance of reading an image as a whole, rather than what one perceives to be the focal point. When first viewing this, people may be drawn to different things. If we were all to do readings solely based on the first thing we saw, then I imagine there would be many different interpretations of what the photo's meaning and purpose is. If we then combine all of these things, we are likely to reach a more accurate, or at the very least, well-formed interpretation. Plato's fear that images are deceitful is a silly one. Text, audio, and all other forms can be just as deceitful if we approach them with a narrow lens. Broadening our lenses to the interpretations of others leaves us all with a more well-rounded understanding of all types of art.